Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to bring this assembly together this morning. And first of all, I'd like to acknowledge the dignitaries that we have present here today. Our city manager, Derek Rowland. County manager.
Where's he at?
County manager Derek Rowland. Sorry. Commissioner Ronnie Beal and Andy Shield. I'm doing great. Gary Shield, yes. The clerk of court, Vic Perry. Deed of register, Todd Raby. The Southwest Community College Basic Training LEO Training Class number 75. Franklin Mayor, Mr. Bob Scott. American Legion Post number 108 and the Honor Guard of the VFW Post 7339 with Commander Neil Riondo. We're gathered here this morning because of the fact in 1962 President John F. Kennedy passed a law known as the National Police Officers Memorial Week. However, it was almost 20 years before any police group actually began to celebrate National Peace Officers Memorial Week. The first National Peace Officers Memorial Day service was held on May the 15th, 1982 on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. The Jackson Macon Lodge FOP number 81 was formed in February of 2003 when a group of active and retired police personnel came together and met as a brotherhood. Today this lodge again comes together as a brotherhood to recognize and honor those fellow North Carolina law enforcement officers and member of this brotherhood who have given their lives in the line of duty. Let us never forget, but remember, not only on this day, but every day, our fallen brothers and sisters who have paid the ultimate price. As we start the ceremony this morning, I'd like to invite Pastor Brandon Breedlove, chaplain for the Franklin Police Department, to come forward and offer the invocation.
Let's pray. Father, when we come to occasions like this, when we come with mixed emotions in our heart, mixed feelings, we come, Lord, it's a time to remember. And it's with heavy hearts that we remember the physical loss of those officers who have given everything for the sake of serving and protecting. But we come with grateful hearts, thanking you for the opportunity to remember, to celebrate their lives, their service. As we do that today, help us to honor you. Help us to honor their lives. May you be glorified in the things that are said and done, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I ask for your attention now as the Franklin Police Department, the Highlands Police Department, the Macon County Sheriff's Office post the colors. This will be followed by Officer Dwayne Kay, Franklin Police Department, with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Scott Eichelberg, our piper. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Sheriff Robert Holland, Macon County Sheriff, who will be introducing our guest speaker.
Good morning. On behalf of the Macon County Sheriff's Office and all the law enforcement officers in our county, I too would like to say thank you for being here today. If you all would allow me this opportunity before I introduce our guest speaker, who I'm honored to do so, I'd like to take just a minute from my family and the tragic loss of my nephew this weekend, and just simply tell you on behalf of the Tassinger family and all of us that we are so appreciative of the love, the prayers, and the community support that we've been giving over the last week. It's unbelievable. We're humbled by the experience of the outreaching of everybody, and my sister-in-law Julie has asked me to express to you in the best possible way that I could today to say thank you. We are so appreciative, and words just cannot express our feelings to you all today. Thank you. I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker. I didn't know him until just a couple of months ago when I was sitting in the Sunset Restaurant, where we solve a lot of the world's problems at 8 o'clock in the morning every morning. And I was sitting with a gentleman, and he was here to see his father, who was elderly and sick. And I learned that he was the police chief of Mint Hill. For that week, we spent a lot of time having conversations, and when the FOP came to me and asked me to introduce a guest speaker or to find a guest speaker, he was the perfect person for this. So I'm honored that you're here today, and I'm honored that I get to introduce you. Chief Tim Ledford started his career right here in 1976 with the Franklin Police Department as a patrol officer. As I said, he now serves as the police chief in Mint Hill Police Department, Mint Hill, North Carolina. He's been in law enforcement for 40 years. He's an undergraduate degree from Gardner-Webb University. He's a graduate degree from UNC Greensboro. He's a graduate of the FBI Academy at Quantico. He's a graduate from Officer Candidate School at Fort Benning, Georgia. He's a retired captain from the North Carolina Army National Guard. He's a 2010 president of North Carolina Associations of Chief of Police. He's a member of the North Carolina Police Executive Association, member of the International Association of Chiefs of Police, the International Associates of Ethics Trainers, the FBI National Academy Association, Mint Hill Masonic Lodge, Winston-Salem Scottish Rite Bodies, the Oasis Shrine Club. He's also a recipient of the 2006 North Carolina American Legion Law Enforcement Officer of the Year for the state of North Carolina. Physical fitness instructor for basic law enforcement. 2007-2008 Judge Advocate, Post 290, American Legion in King, North Carolina. He's a recipient of the Paul Harris Fellow Award, recipient of the 2007 Outstanding Kiwanis King, and Commissioner of the North Carolina Criminal Justice Training Standards. 2010 member of the Legislative Subcommittee for the Preservation of Biological Evidence, and he's a recipient of the Outstanding Service Award in 2013. And by now, he's really embarrassed that we read everything of that. So at this time, I would just like to introduce Chief Tim Ledford of the Mint Hill Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. I hope I do you honor a good thing today and honor all that you talked to about me today. Well, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here this morning for this August occasion. I'd like to say a special thank you to all the individuals on the Police Officers Memorial Committee of the Fraternal Police Lodge 81 who worked so hard to organize this important event. We're here today to honor and recognize the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice to keep Americans and their families safe. We're also here to honor family members of fallen officers. My heart is with you, always. And I hope this day brings comfort to you. There is a song that says, all gave some gave all. This is a ceremony to honor those who gave all. Those who gave their lives in the line of duty are heroes. They are heroes not only because of how they died, but because of how they lived. The courage shown during those last few moments of their lives was not an unusual event, but a daily one. Each one of you who wear that badge show that same courage every day that you go to work. And then also sometimes when you only thought that you were going to be off duty. These officers were just like you in that regard. That should not be forgotten. You may put yourselves in danger 1,000 times and come out unscathed, or just once and not come home. You never know in advance how these things will turn out. In John 15, verse 13, no greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. We should never forget that some gave all. We should also remember that all gave some. Every day they wore a badge. The ones who gave all used to be the ones who gave some until the last day. Before we get started with the program, I'd like to share with you the words of a poem written by Eric Durandis, the director of the Philadelphia chapter of Concerns of Police Survivors. It's dedicated to all police officers and law enforcement. A hero is one who never hesitates to tackle the most difficult problems. One who is always by your side. One who knows right from wrong. One who acts with pride. A hero touches every one of us, whether it be by word or by deed. Always tending to those who find themselves in need. When a hero leaves this earth, yes, that's sad, but it's true. And all too many times, that hero is dressed in blue. May the last name on the wall remain the last name on the wall. So thank you for all you do. God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Chief Ledford. It was well spoken and well fought. Thank you for that. At this time, Officer Steve Mason of the Highlands Police Department will read the names of the officers that lost their lives in the line of duty for the year of 2016 in North Carolina.
K-9 Officer Timothy James Bracken, Shelby Police Department, Shelby, North Carolina. Officer Tim Bracken succumbed to gunshot wounds sustained while attempting to arrest the subject wanted for armed robbery and kidnapping. He was searching an area with other officers when the subject fired a weapon several times. Officers responded to the area with the shots and located Officer Bracken on the ground. He was transported to Carolina's Memorial Center and treated for his injuries, but died 2 days later. 23-year-old suspect was captured in Coventry, Rhode Island by a SWAT team and transported to a local hospital for treatment of a gunshot wound to his left torso fired by Officer Bracken. He has been transported back to North Carolina facing charges of murder of a police officer. K-9 Officer Timothy Bracken was 38 years old and served 12 years with the Shelby Police Department, was assigned to the K-9 unit, and is survived by his wife and a daughter. His K-9 partner, Chico, was retired, now living with the man who trained him when he was a puppy. End of watch, Monday, September the 12th, 2016. Deputy Sheriff John Thomas Eisenhower, Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, North Carolina. Deputy Sheriff Eisenhower was working an annual cycling event in Forsyth County when he was struck by motorists at the entrance to Tanglewood Park. He was transported to Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center where he succumbed to his injuries 10 days later. Deputy Eisenhower was 38 years old and had served with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office for 11 months. He was a 17-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps. He is survived by his wife and children. End of watch, Wednesday, September the 28th, 2016. K-9 Payne, Pembroke Police Department, North Carolina. K-9 Payne succumbed to gunshot wounds sustained while on duty in the area of the Union Chapel Road and Garden Street. His handler had let him out of their patrol car for exercise during the shift. It is believed that Payne picked up a scent and began to track it as he ran out of sight of his handler. Several minutes later, his handler heard gunshots. Payne then returned to his handler suffering 2 gunshot wounds. Payne was taken to a local animal hospital where he remained for several days. He suffered complications, however, after being released and died 11 days later. It is believed that the homeowner mistook Payne for a dog that was going to attack his dogs. K-9 Payne was a 2-year-old and had served as a narcotics detention K-9 for 1 year with the Pembroke Police Department. End of watch, November 29th, 2016. Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 81 also remembers the following officers from Western North Carolina. On October the 3rd, 2001, Master Trooper Calvin E. Taylor, North Carolina Highway Patrol. May 31st, 2003, Senior Trooper Anthony G. Cognell, North Carolina Highway Patrol. June 17th, 2008, Trooper David Sean Blanton Jr., North Carolina Highway Patrol. June 2008, June 28th, 2008, Deputy Sheriff Robert Bob Killian, here, Macon County Sheriff's Department. October 29th, 2013, Senior Police Officer Robert A. Bingaman, Asheville Police Department.
There will now be a 21-gun salute by the American Legion Post 108, VFW Post 7339 Honor Guard Unit with Commander Neil Riondo. Pastor Breedlove will now offer the benediction.
Father, we thank you for this time to remember. We pray on behalf of the families, those men and women whose names were read. Thank you for their service. Thank you for their sacrifice. That you be with their families and bless them. Father, I pray on behalf of each of these men and women here in uniform today that you would watch over them, protect them. Thank you for them, the way they reflect you as they serve, as they protect, as they guide and guard. I pray that you would honor them as they honor your image in what they do. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
As we come to the end of this memorial service, I'd like to offer one more prayer, something that I found many years ago when I was active in law enforcement. and it's simply called a police officer's prayer. Lord, I ask for courage to face and conquer my own fears, courage to take me where others will not go. I ask for strength of body to protect others, and strength of spirit to lead others. I ask for dedication to my job to do it well, dedication to my community to keep it safe. Lord, give me concern for those who trust me and compassion for those who need me. And please, Lord, through it all, be by my side. We thank everyone for attending today. This is the conclusion of our memorial service. At this time, the Franklin Police Department, the Macon County Sheriff's Department, and the Highlands Police Department will retire the colors. We thank all of you so very much for your attendance, your participation, and your attention during this ceremony. Thank you so much.